Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But first, a brief message for the Department of Labor's Career Video Challenge.
What do you do? In a short video, show me what makes one of 15 high-growth careers a good job, and you could win $1,000. Is the Secretary of Labor on that list?
Nope, sorry.
This week, May 14th to the 20th, or 85-ton electric arc furnace. On Friday, May 14th, the halls of the West Wing were even more safe than usual, as some of America's best police officers were honored by the White House as part of the Top Cops program.
I'm going to say even nicer things about you outside, but I think it's, in private, I just want to say how proud we are of you.
Being a hero isn't always easy. As Officer Brian Jacobson, who's being honored here today, said of his own experience, it's one of those things in your life you can never prepare for fully, and that you hope never happens again.
Later, the President convened a meeting of cabinet members and administration officials to assess the progress made to stop the BP oil leak in the Gulf of Mexico.
And I'm not going to rest or be satisfied until the leak is stopped at the source, the oil in the Gulf is contained and cleaned up, and the people of the Gulf are able to go back to their lives and their livelihoods.
On Saturday, May 15th, President Obama went to the Capitol to honor police officers who died in the line of duty this year.
The husbands and wives, mothers and fathers you loved, they protected us all. And all Americans are grateful for the lives that they gave in the line of duty.
The President then placed a flower in the ceremonial wreath and observed a moment of silence. On Sunday, May 16th, the First Lady delivered the commencement address to George Washington University's class of 2010 on the National Mall.
I issued a challenge to the students, faculty, staff, and trustees of GW. I promised you that if you performed 100,000 hours of service to the greater Washington community this school year, that I'd come and speak at your commencement.
On Monday, May 17th, the President signed the Daniel Pearl Freedom of the Press Act, surrounded by the family of Daniel Pearl, a journalist who was killed in Pakistan while investigating a story.
Again, we are inspired by your son, and we're so glad we do this.
Oftentimes, without this kind of attention, countries and governments feel that they can operate against the press with impunity. And we want to send a message that they can't.
The President and First Lady welcomed NCAA women's basketball champs, the UConn Huskies, to the White House, fresh off 2 undefeated seasons.
I want you to know Michelle never comes down to beat sports teams. Never. This is the first time. I want to point out this team has not lost a game since I was elected president. I'm just saying.
On a rainy Tuesday, May 18th, the President left Andrews Air Force Base for rainier Youngstown, Ohio, where he visited V&M Star, a steel tube manufacturer. Thanks to a Recovery Act project, V&M Star will soon expand their operations and hire 350 more workers.
You got some excellent people working for you. We have great people. That's why we're here.
The President then talked with V&M workers about his plan to further strengthen the economy and create jobs.
Hey, guys. How are you? How you doing, buddy? How are you, sir? And I'm not going to stand here and pretend that things are back to normal or even close to where they need to be. I read too many letters each night from people who are hurting, who are still out of work. So I know things are still tough out there, but I will tell you one thing. It's people like you, people in towns like Youngstown, all across America, that I'm thinking about every single day when I go to the Oval Office.
On Wednesday, May 19th, the President and First Lady welcomed President Calderon and Mrs. Zavala of Mexico to the White House, with an official arrival ceremony featuring the honor guard and a 21-gun salute.
So you go that side.
I'm supposed to be on this.
Are you sure?
Yes. Supposed to be on the right.
I'm just teasing. Yeah.
We just want
I've only been briefed like 8 times on this.
Only?
Welcome to the United States.
President Obama then met with President Calderon in the Oval Office to discuss our nation's important mutual interests.
When a flu spreads, or an earthquake strikes, or cartels threaten innocent people, it affects lives on both sides of our common border. When our neighbors are in need, whether in Honduras or in Haiti, we respond together.
The state dinner was held in the East Room, where toasts were made before the meal was served.
In life, it's not enough to want your dream. As the extraordinary writer Octavio Paz wrote in one of his poems, you must deserve your dream. And so, Mr. President, I propose a toast to the dreams of our children.
On Thursday, May 20th, the president made a statement on the Senate passage of Wall Street reform, a bill that will offer middle-class Americans the strongest consumer protections in history.
I've said many times that the recession we're emerging from was primarily caused by a lack of responsibility and accountability from Wall Street to Washington. It's part of the reason our economy nearly collapsed. It's what led to countless home foreclosures, the failure of community banks and small businesses, and a cascade of job losses that have left millions of Americans out of work. And that's why I made passage of Wall Street reform one of my top priorities as president, so that a crisis like this does not happen again.
To find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
I didn't see any evidence, but I know that you're building Iron Man suits somewhere in here.